Hello, I hope you're feeling fabulous today. I wanted to talk about something that has come up inside of my mentorship groups, and it's something that I became aware of inside of myself and brought into my mentorships and have had these deep conversations with people around this very topic. So it might also pertain to you. I was well aware of the pleaser part of me, and that's been something that I've been really conscientiously looking at over these last years and making great strides around creating healthier boundaries, around no being a complete sentence, around not having to justify behavior and over explain. One thing that has come into my awareness very recently was this wounded part that associated all of her worth, or the majority of her worth, around trying. Now, this was pointed out to me inside of my partnership when there was an experience where I was told I wasn't trying, which might sound really benign, and I wasn't trying. But what happened was that wounded part felt shame. That wounded part began to experience or go into an actual collapse where I could literally feel the victim energy inside of me, that younger part who just wanted to shut down because she felt that if I'm being called out for not trying and all of my worth and value and lovability is through my efforts, through literally trying and performing and doing, then to be criticized or told that I'm not trying was devastating and very threatening to that inner child part. So why this was such a revelation to me, because that subconscious system, that part that is so unconsciously associating trying and effort with love, with approval, with belonging, with things that aren't even real. There's an association that has been made inside me from a very young age. And that part needs love. That part needs care. That part doesn't need me to be mean to it or critical of it. It needs a lot of tender care. And now that I'm very aware that this part will rear its head anytime it feels a threat of feeling like, oh my God, is someone going to think that it's coming too easy to me, that wealth is coming easy, that fun is coming easy, that joy is coming easy, that life is easy. It's somehow this deep belief system that is bad and wrong, that ease should not be happening. And it was interesting because inside of my mentorship group this week, one of the women were having all of these magical experiences. She literally put her house up for sale. The next day it was sold. Other women are having improvements in their relationships, in their careers, in their sense of self-worth, in their joy. And then there's that question of when is the other shoe going to drop? Can this last? This is so good. It's amazing. It feels like magic. And it's not magic per se. It's simply the more that we get into alignment with the truth of who we are, being in our true nature, we are in the flow state. And it appears magical. It appears that synchronicities happen. It appears that things line up so much easier. But if we have a belief like I did and am now very consciously working through, that it can't be easy, or that if it's easy, then I'm not going to be loved or it won't be valuable, then that subconscious programming will limit us from creating the life that we dream of, creating the life that we desire. And look, we all have subconscious programming. I have a teacher that says, look, it's not those beliefs that we think, oh, I have this belief that life is hard. I have this belief that you have to work hard to have money. I have this belief that X, Y, and Z, right? We're aware of. It's the beliefs that we just think are reality that are the ones to concern ourselves with. It is literally those beliefs that are not in our awareness that they're even a belief, because we're like, well, that's just the way it is. And so that's when it gets sticky and messy, and that's when we will not be able to move out of a state and into the next level of consciousness in that area or all areas. I see our life is completely intertwined, right? We can't compartmentalize things. It might appear like that for a time, but there is a thread. If there's a thread of unworthiness, it is woven through the tapestry of our entire life. If there is a thread of lack, it is woven through the tapestry of everything. We can't just say, oh, I feel lack in this area, but not that area. Again, it might appear like that externally in our 3D reality for a period of time, but eventually we see that that thread gets woven through everything. And in a way, that's good news, because when we can hone in on those beliefs, on the subconscious frequency, because truly that's what it is. It's an energy frequency beyond the belief that we can logically say with our mind, oh, this is the belief, that's the belief. That belief carries a frequency, and our identity is intertwined not only with that belief, but actually what it is with the frequency. And then we emanate that frequency, and then we match that frequency in our life. And then we get more of that frequency, and then we say, hey, look, see, that's why. See, this is why it's hard. See, here's more of my proof, more of my evidence why things don't go my way, or why I won't heal, or why I'm always going to be at this income bracket, or X, Y, and Z, right? Why I'll never find love. Whatever it is that the ego wants us to believe to keep us in contraction. So this kind of stuff excites me. This is the work that I do with my clients all day long, from a place of a spiritual understanding, a broader perspective of our life. And ultimately, really what we're doing here is coming home to our true nature. And when we're in that place, that's where we are free of dis-ease, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically. It's the practice of Ayurveda, truly. The essence of Ayurveda speaks to this also. And if you're wanting to go deeper inside of this and really move to that next level of self-knowledge, self-mastery, and expansion, and joy, and health, and abundance in your life, then I've got a few ways that we can meet up. I'm doing an in-person immersion in Squamish, where I live in British Columbia, Canada, coming up in June. And I also have a mentorship program for coaches, for entrepreneurs, for heart-based, spiritually led healers, yoga teachers. That's coming up. It's called the Alchemy of Freedom. It's 3 months long, and it's such an unusual way to approach business. We're not going at it through do more, hustle more, try harder, post on social media every day. Not at all. We're coming from the underbelly of the spiritual foundation being the foundation of your whole life, and orienting yourself back to center. So for example, what I'm speaking about today, this block that I had around trying, now that I see that, I'm orienting everything in my life around that. And ironically enough, a few months ago, I decided that everything was going to be effortless for me, because my coach pointed out that that's what she saw in me. And so interesting that this incident came up to really highlight the wounded part that was like, wow, I'm so attached to trying, being the only way to prove my love, to prove my worth in this world. And it's a lie. It's a flat out lie. There's no truth in that. And so we don't have to be governed by these beliefs. I've decided I am not going to be governed by that. And it doesn't mean that I won't ever put in energy or exert myself or take action. Absolutely, those things are going to be happening all the time. But the quality of trying, of hustle, of efforting, I am no longer available for. So let me know in the comments below if this resonates with you. Do you also have this, ego, need to prove worth, need to try really hard to be valuable? I would love to hear about it. And if you would love to go deeper inside of this in your life, in your business, join me in Squamish, join me in Alchemy of Freedom, reach out and we can have a conversation and see if it's a good fit for you. I hope this has served you today. Much, much love, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.